Hello everybody, my name is Shay Murphy from Smurf Creations, and I'm going to show you today how to make a beaded keychain. You can make them any way you want to once you get the hang of it. They're very quick, they're very easy, and they're really fun. So this one has a charm on it, so let's get into it. So the items that we have right now that I'm going to use, or that I prefer to use, so I will show you one that contains a charm. So I like to use 2 sets of pliers. It goes faster and it helps save my fingers. This one's by Beadsmith, or I'm sorry, this one's by Beadsmith. I don't know what this one is by, but I believe I bought them both at Joann's a while ago, and they're all tri-tools. So you have the part where you can bend the wire, crimp your bead, and then cut your wire if you need to. I also have this, which is a split ring tool. So this part right here, this double edge, is just the split rings. I also have the split rings, as well as 6mm jump rings, which are usually my go-to. I also have a lighter. You will need this towards the end. We don't need it, but I prefer to use it at the end. Of course, a pair of scissors. I forgot what kind of pair of scissors, but I also got these at Joann's. There's craft scissors. You will need a clip chain. Well, you don't need one. Again, these are preferred items for me, so I love to use the clip chains. I have 2 different sizes of the jumbo split rings, a charm, of course, to demonstrate the charm portion, as well as nylon string. So this is 0.5mm nylon string. This one particularly is 26 inches. I like to give myself some wiggle room. It's going to be cut later, but I like to give myself some wiggle room for the tying process. And then this one is 20 inches. The reason why I have 2 is because there are 2 different methods I'm going to show you, which is also why I have 2 jumbo split rings. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take the clip, and I like to use a clip specifically because when you start to put the cords and everything on these split rings, this part right here can start to fray at the cord, and then all of a sudden your keychain is now lost somewhere in the store. So I like to connect a jumbo ring to a hook, and then I attach the keychain to the actual hook. That way it'll last longer. So you take your tool. If you have one, you don't need one. I just prefer to use one. It's really helpful when you have nails specifically. So you take it, you pop it open like so. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, pop it open. You take this part of your ring and you slide it on. Boom. You have that part taken care of. So your next part is, so this first technique I'm going to show you is just a simple loop around. So you take your cord. It doesn't have to be even, but you know, as beaders like things to be even. So you take your cord, you loop it around like so. This is of course the middle part of your string. You're going to take it and you're going to feed it through like so. And then that leaves, ooh, dropped it, hold on. Boom. So you have your strings on it, right? You're going to take your loop and your loose end, and you're going to put it directly through the middle. See that? Directly through the middle. Bring it all the way down. So now your cord is now attached to your clip. So once you do that, you'll take your beads, however design you want to. So I believe these are 10mm. I don't remember. I'm not good with sizes. I'm not going to lie to you. And you just feed it through. Super simple, just feed it through. I like to end mine with a smaller clear piece, as so. You see my little helper sometimes, but I like to end mine with a smaller clear piece just because the hole is smaller. I'll come in a second. So I'm going to finish stringing this because we all know how to string beads. So I'm going to finish stringing this, and then I will be right back. Okay, so I have gotten to my second to last beads. So I have 9 beads on here. I have 11 total. So I have 1 more bead left, and then I have the end bead I was speaking about earlier. I like to put my charm right there between the last 2 beads. I don't know why. I think it's just like an ism for me. But that's where we're gonna put our charm. Of course you can put it anywhere, but that's where I'm gonna put mine at. So this is gonna show you why I use 2 of these. So split rings, like we know, can be, or jump rings, or split rings both actually, can be a pain in the butt to open, right? So if you use 2 of these, right? Boop, you just open it, real simple. Put your charm on, put your split ring on if you like to use split rings. That's the easiest way I have found. And then close your jumper. Simple, super quick, super easy, right? That's why I do that. Of course you don't have to, I mean, that's a technique I like to use. So you're gonna take your keychain and you are going to put your charm on your keychain. Put your last 2 beads on. And that's your keychain. So to tie it off, there's multiple ways you can do it. You can do a surgeon's knot like a lot of people enjoy doing. So I just do a regular, I like to call it a sneaker knot just because I like sneakers and I have no other way to explain it. It's your basic knot, right? So I like to start with this to give myself a base to work off of. Now the holes will be a little large, so you need to be careful because you don't want your holes so small, the knot so small that your beads slide off. So what I like to do is I like to take the string around my finger, well, 2 fingers really. So take your 2 fingers, you hold it, wrap around 1 time, you hold. Feed it through, maybe. Okay, feed it through. And this is where your base knot comes in handy at because it keeps your beads in place. And you pull it down as tight as you can to that first knot that you made. See? Probably not, but see, so I like to do it a couple. And then that is your knot. And then it becomes secure enough to where the, let me see if that will focus a little bit. There you go. So that way the last bead won't fall off. So what I like to do on it for security, because it's important. So what I like to do is you'll take your scissors, again, and you will cut towards the bottom. Don't cut too close because then your knot won't be secure anymore. And as we all know, that is not good. You take your lighter. I'm just gonna burn the end a little bit. Not a lot. I don't become burning inferno. Just enough to where it beads at the end. Like smush it on there. And that way I'll know that it won't fray and come undone. And that is your simple little keychain.